So good. Hello and welcome everybody to the Lobbycast. It's episode 336.
Yes, indeed.
It's the last day of July. What else?
It is a nice, warm, lovely day.
It is a nice, warm, lovely day.
It's even warmer if you're in the DMV with no air conditioning, as I discovered earlier. But it's all over now. I'm sure I can move past it.
The trick is to wear fewer articles of clothing,
Yeah.
like I'm doing,
and to work out a shift system for everybody that you stand in line with for the better part of 4 hours, watching each other's spaces, taking shifts outside. So there's a lot of group, a lot of good teamwork happening at the DMV today.
And
I was
you just
actually
needed
impressed.
Plates.
Yeah, that was it.
Yes, that took me like all of 20 minutes last time.
That's about how long it should take. That was not happening today.
Gotcha.
Will, who all of you know are familiar with, if you tune in regularly, said that there was actually a problem with the DMV computers, something statewide going on today. So that's probably what contributed to the issue.
Okay.
Does not explain the air conditioning.
No, it really didn't.
No, but it's all over now.
Last time I was at the other office, getting my driver's license. It took exactly an hour, or it was like right at an hour,
nice.
Maybe a minute or two less actually. So that was kind of nice. And that one generally takes longer than the license plate one.
Yeah,
but I rarely have to wait for very long at the DMV.
It was. I don't think it was not a normal DMV day.
Sure.
These things happen. Nothing like a little group teamwork with strangers to renew your faith in humanity. So there was that silver lining.
I like it. I'm a big fan. So do we have news this week?
I think we do. I do. I believe you do.
I have some news.
Or would you like to talk about your news?
No, go ahead.
Okay. The first thing I wanted to address, and I just heard about this, was apparently we lost Roddy Piper.
Oh, I was unaware of this.
I would have to look up what happened, but apparently he passed away today at the age of 61. So, little shout out to Mr. Piper. Might have to watch They Live as a little tribute.
Is that the Snap Into a Slim Jim guy?
No, different. I don't believe so. Different gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Think of the horror movie where the 80s horror movie where you wear the glasses and it exposes the aliens among us, also containing one of the longest fight sequences ever committed to celluloid.
Really?
Period.
Okay.
Yes. It's amazing. Amazing stuff. So
talking Peter Griffin and the Chicken long?
Might be longer. It's an incredibly long sequence, and I guess it was done deliberately.
Okay.
It's amazing. They have it on the YouTube, usually labeled as such.
Wow.
You can look it up.
Longest
quite easily.
Fight ever. Awesome.
So we're sorry.
I was not aware.
Yeah, I was, as you can tell from my lack of info as to what happened, I was relatively unaware until a few minutes ago as well.
Fare thee well, Mr. Piper.
Yes, indeed.
We probably should space out our drinking.
Probably so.
Yeah. Although both of us drinking at the same time probably makes for awesome radio.
Awesome radio, indeed. Especially since I am so loud, it's unreal. However, the other bit of news, a little side notes, and you may have discussed this last week, but I don't believe so.
I wasn't here last week.
I know.
Or the week before.
Will and Brick.
I haven't had a chance to listen to the show yet.
The Xena reboot, they were talking about this happening. Apparently, the rumors are false.
No Xena reboot?
No Xena reboot. That's what they're saying now. So it was just the interwebs lying to us. Sorry.
All right. Well, this is a good place to jump in with a couple of my news tidbits.
Okay.
We can go from yours, which is now false, to the Married with Children one, which is possible.
Mm-hmm.
David Faustino is looking to do a spin-off series, and they'll do a little bit of a reunion.
Okay.
And then
I heard that was on the table.
Yeah. And we have a date for the Return of the X-Files.
Yay!
January 2016.
Excellent.
So, and that will have Gillian Anderson and you can talk for me while I'm coughing.
David Duchovny is what he was trying to say, I think.
Right. Oh,
okay
awful. There? Yeah, I'm fine. Just my throat's really dry.
That sounded very sincere.
Yeah, it's good. It's all good. I lose my voice every 6 to 8 weeks. So
this is true.
This is what I'm working on right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we've got the date.
It generally, I think I'm usually on the cusp of losing it at all times, and it's usually the extra talking on the show, which does me in.
It's not yelling at people at work or.
No, I very rarely yell at people at work.
It's not yelling at the TV while you're playing.
No, I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't have much rage.
This is true. I've never really seen you rage against anything.
Not really.
That's a good thing. That's all right. So sorry that the no Xena for us apparently. Yay Xbox for us. Fantastic.
Yay Xbox.
Yay Xbox. Let's see. The only other bit of news I had, and we were talking about this shortly before the camera started rolling, was a cast list for the new Spider-Man reboot with Tom Holland.
Yeah. Tell me more, because I didn't know about this.
I don't think this is all sort of nebulous in talks. Can't confirm that yet, but a cast list kind of got leaked to the media. Again, thank you, interwebs. And there were several names on it, but the ones that really jumped out at me were Forrest Whitaker is apparently on the table for Robbie Robertson.
Okay.
The one that made me really happy, Hugh Laurie in talks as editor Jameson.
Oh, that's a good casting piece.
That's a very good casting pick. So I do hope they make that happen.
Cool. Which one was the one that you were not excited about?
Jason Biggs.
Okay.
And let me pull this up for you folks, just so I don't and again, this is just all rumor and innuendo and all, but they also released the villains. They were saying that we're going to get Adrian Toomes, aka the Vulture, and also the Scorpion as the villains that they're giving us, and they're saying Billy Zane as the Vulture, which I'm fine with.
Sure,
I can. That's great, but they're saying Jason Biggs as the Scorpion. Not sure I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I'm usually not on board with Jason Biggs in anything.
No.
But, I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Bob Strike Back, he was cool.
Sure.
Playing a vaguely asshole-ish version of himself.
That's true. That wasn't terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm not sure how I feel about that casting pick, but again, these are just rumors. It is what it is. You can look it up.
Yeah.
See what you see, and maybe they'll give us a yay or nay soon. And they're also saying that Robert Downey Jr. is on board as Tony Stark in this reboot.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, the connected Marvel universe. Yeah, that's good.
Yes, it is.
So he'll pop in for something if nothing else. Maybe an after credits sequence.
True. Mm-hmm. So that's what I've got. Mr. Geoff.
Let's see. We already talked about X-Files and Married with Children.
Yes.
Daredevil season 2. I know you guys will get caught up eventually.
Someday.
Ugh.
Maybe.
Ugh. Anyway, they are saying that this this version of the Punisher that's going to appear in season 2 of Daredevil will be the most authentic to the source material.
Okay,
which is kind of nice because the Punisher movies have been pretty awful.
True.
And so I'd like to see that kind of brought back in, and it's entirely possible that if all goes well, that it might get its own series on Netflix also.
No, we can hope they handle the source material well.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and I'm okay with the actor they've got playing the Punisher. It's John Barenthal, the guy who played Shane on Walking Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. I can see that working anyway.
Sure. So we'll see,
Yes.
and maybe eventually you'll watch some
more
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yes.
Yeah. Other than that, good news for Sony. At this point in the lifespan, PS4 is well ahead of the PS2 as far as number of consoles sold, which puts them on track to reach the title of best-selling console ever at an earlier date.
Wow. Good for them.
Because this is about the point that the PS2 was at 20 million, or I'm sorry, it took nearly 3 years for the PS2 to reach 20 million consoles in homes, and the PS4 is like 27 million
Really
units out already, and it hasn't hit its second anniversary yet. So
good for them.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
It also speaks to how much more widespread gaming is just getting in general. I think that is a big part of that as well.
And then my last little bit is that Mega Man Legends has been confirmed to be getting ported to the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Nice.
So that's a gaming favorite.
Yes.
It'd be nice to see that come back around.
Nice to see that with a new skin on it.
Yeah, most definitely. Uh-oh.
Excellent.
All right. Ready to get into the Weekly Whatchas?
Absolutely.
My voice is fading fast.
Get our Whatchas.
I may or may not make it to the end.
And he can sign while I translate for you via Garrett Morris on Saturday Night Live.
Nice.
It'll be great listening at home.
Yeah.
Then I'll make him some tea.
Perfect.
Preferably with some whiskey in it.
All right. Yeah, fire away.
All right.
What you been listening to this week?
Let's see. Well, I have got a few things. Little Lana Del Rey. Decided to bring back some Ricky Martin, some Ellie King, some Jen Wigmore, but
Talk slowly.
Sorry. I will slow down. I got really excited about the last one I was going to get to.
So expound upon that, if you will.
I went to
here, let me. Okay.
There we go. I was actually lucky enough to luck into a concert at the last minute. I didn't even know they were coming into town. It is an 80s favorite Culture Club. Yay! I was so happy, and I was right up front, kids. It was fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me happy.
Good times were had by all. They look great. They sound fantastic. They were a fun group to see play, and it was a good night.
Good. I'm very glad.
As I summed up later, my back is killing me, my voice is dead, and I might be partially deaf, so you know it was a good concert.
Most definitely a good concert.
Those are what I've got for listening.
All right. Well, I've got a few here. My podcast listening has been rather stunted, and because, as I've said before, whenever I switched over to Windows 10, I lost the ability to sync to my Zune HD, which still works like a champ. It's made out of brushed aluminum and glass.
And determination.
It is so well made. It will never die, I don't think. But it will also not have podcast sync to it anymore, which is a bigger thing. So now it will last even longer because I won't be using it
as much.
If at all, I can't put new things on it. Yeah. So I'll figure out what's what with that. I did listen to some music, did some shuffle all, and I got Tension. It's an earlier album by Deontward. Got it on vinyl, so listening to that.
Nice.
That's cool. Podcast, Gamer Tag Radio, and it's really awesome is today is the day that Godfrey, Danny Pena, has kind of been running that podcast for the entire, he got inducted into the Podcast Hall of Fame today.
Wow.
Out in Fort Worth, Texas. So
Good for him.
congrats to Danny and that whole crew
Absolutely.
and everybody who's been involved with the podcast over the years. This is where your hard work is getting you, and I couldn't be happier for you.
Absolutely.
So. And then also, listen
You can do
to
it. Keep going.
listen to some Fat Man on Batman. And I haven't been on the show in a couple weeks, so this is I listened to several episodes of each one of these, but I've listened to 2 episodes of what is looking to be a 4-part series. Kevin Smith talking with Josh Trank, who is going to be the director of the Fantastic Four movie. And so before the show started, I made you watch that little video.
Yes.
Okay. It's called, and I put this up on the Lobbycast Facebook page. It's called Stabbing at Leia's 22nd Birthday. And what this is that this Josh Trank guy, the guy who's directing Fantastic Four, just put together this little video because he's got lots of ideas about this or about movie making and whatnot. So he did that little thing. Immediately went viral. It was very, very big whenever it first came out. And the next day after he posted that on YouTube, he had emails from like Paramount and Spike TV and stuff like that.
Nice.
And he ended up doing this thing with the show called something like Point Blank or Kill Point, maybe was the name of it. And it had John Leguizamo in it and Donnie Wahlberg. It's kind of a bank heist miniseries.
All right.
But he got the job, like off of that short, he got the job of writing and directing all of the webisodes for that TV show. And off of that, he got offered the chance to make Chronicle, which was basically a collection of all the ideas that he had for like little shorts, and he developed it into a full movie. So he had a budget of $12 million for that, for maybe it's 20th Century Fox, maybe, I'm not sure. And now he's the director for the Fantastic Four. He put that video up on YouTube less than 4 years ago.
And it set off this fantastic domino effect, and this is where we are now.
And now he has creative control over the newest iteration of one of Marvel's oldest comic book properties.
Good for him. It's a modern success, internet success story. So
yeah, fabulous. And it's just really neat. So you can go and listen to Fat Man and Batman, listen to the episodes with Josh Trank in it, and listen to more episodes because it's a really funny podcast that Kevin Smith hosts. I just think that's really neat.
It is
for something like that to happen to somebody. There's like, he's a good writer, he's a good director. I really enjoyed Chronicle. I don't know if did you have a chance to see it?
No.
It's basically some kids who they have their cell phones or whatever taking video, and they happen across this meteorite that imbues them with superpowers.
I saw a lot of the previews for it, and it looked interesting. I just
and it's just and it is cool, because it's more like, what do regular people do whenever they suddenly find themselves with superpowers?
True.
I mean, do they take the path of righteousness or turn to the dark side?
Or not so much.
Right.
Which in a way is almost a kind of a reskinning of Spider-Man, because in the early Spider-Man comics, it really goes about how Peter Parker, his initial instinct isn't to save the world or, rid it of injustice. It's to go into show business.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's interesting when they address that.
Yeah, and it took the death of Uncle Ben to kind of set him
to turn
on
the tide, yes.
on the crime fighting.
That, and you can't make a check out or cash a check to the Amazing Spider-Man.
No, that's true. That is true.
True story.
So he
At
had
least in the
to
comics.
capitalize it on a different way,
Right.
by being the guy who takes pictures of Spider-Man. That's it for what I've been listening to. Let's go ahead and get into what you're watching. Erin, what you been watching this week?
Let's see. I have, of course, been working on Buffy. Enjoying that very much. I've been watching an internet channel called Top Fives. I quite like internet lists a lot, but as I've discussed before, some of them are just unwatchable because of hosts that sound weird or do weird things. And this guy has a great speaking voice, does good work, and actually takes the time to put pictures involving what he's talking about in with the list, where sometimes people just put random slideshows so your eyes have something to focus on while they're speaking, or they put themselves where in front of strange backgrounds. There's a whole slew of things that get done. This guy does a good job, and so I've been listening to his channel, or watching his channel rather. And I started watching a relatively new show called Monster in My Family. It is a reality-based show where they bring together victims of serial killers and such, and with their family members of serial killers, you could also argue are often victims as well. Just for catharsis for both of them.
That's interesting.
It's an interesting concept, and I'm sure there's some controversy. Is this exploitative? Is it not? But having watched a few episodes, it seems to me that they really do. They're kind of seeking closure from each other, and quite often it's the families seeking maybe even more closure than the people that were attacked.
Sure.
Because they've been carrying that burden of not seeing what their loved one was doing for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, and it's hosted by Melissa Moore, who has knowledge of what that's like. She's the daughter of Keith Jesperson, who was known in the media as the Happy Face Killer.
I'm not familiar with the Happy Face Killer.
There's plenty about him on the internet. You can look that unpleasant gentleman up, or not on the internet if you were so inclined. And of course, very excited. Face Off is back on the air. Yay! Sci-Fi's reality competition for makeup special effects that both Will and I enjoy very much. So we were happy that returned.
Awesome.
What about you, sir? What have you been watching?
Let's see. That's what I was trying to put together here. Let's see here. Did I? No. Okay. I will give you the list that I could come up with in that short time while you were talking.
Okay.
The new season of Hell on Wheels has started.
Okay.
So I've seen the first 2 episodes of that, and I really enjoy that show.
Okay.
I still don't know why he hasn't killed the Swede, but he hasn't.
Swede is still with us.
The Swede is still with us, and he's now given the Swede a job. Don't understand any of this. If you've been following the series, there's absolutely no reason for the Swede to still be alive.
Maybe
None.
That's kind of a cliffhanger thing. People are tuning in every week to see if it's finally the day.
When do we get to kill the Swede?
The Swede finally dies.
It's got to be soon, right? And then I think it happened since the last time I was on the show that I finished Penny Dreadful, and that we were going to talk about it, but we haven't talked about it.
No, we've not.
So wow.
So stuff happened.
Stuff happened.
And
I don't know where we're going next. Yeah, we're about to spoil Penny Dreadful, or the most recent season.
Plug your ears and do this. La 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 la
la la la la la. Like
we'll wave at you when it's safe to unplug your ears.
Unless you're listeing to the audio portion.
At which point you're going to have to guess. You're kind of screwed.
Yeah,
sorry.
Pretty much. So I don't know where they're going to go from here. And they do have one more season, right? Before it goes away.
before they make us very sad by taking it away from us, yes, there's one more season. I think it's obvious one of the things that they're setting up is that Lily and Dorian are definitely going to be the main antagonists.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Next season.
But I don't know where they're gonna go with Ava Green's character.
You know, they did kind of, I don't want to say wrapped up her storyline, but they definitely kind of put a period on the end of what's going on with her. But I think
she
they still
kind of beat the devil.
She beat the devil. Yeah. Good for
I don't
her.
know where you go from there.
You help destroy immortal beings hell bent on taking over the human race, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And she might need to go to one of the poles to find her friend John Clare. Since when last we saw him, he was heading to a cold, lonely place on his own.
Yeah.
As is in keeping with the literature, so that kind of made me happy.
Yeah, so we'll see how that all works out.
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to the next season.
I'm also looking forward to the moment when Josh Hartnett's character, Mr. Chandler,
finds out that Lily's alive?
Lily's alive and is not quite the person that she used to be.
Right. Yeah, that's
it's gonna be a big day.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's hard to say what would happen to people if they. I mean, it's kind of like what we're seeing with Chronicle. It's like, how would being like finding out that you were immortal change you?
And that would depend on who you were before, I think. And you're seeing that with Lily. Lily was a good person and was what she was, but she was also a person who spent her entire life being horribly abused.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're immortal and you can't be hurt and you're in the position to hurt back. I think a lot of people might take the path that she's
seems to be taking,
sprinting down with gusto at this point. Especially now that she's got a partner in crime.
Yeah.
Potentially too, depending on how she sees things.
Right. Right. For sure. So that's been super interesting.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. We're waving. Yeah. Waving. Okay. So let's well, we can't spoil Hannibal because you haven't caught up.
And it's not going to be good listening if I do this. La 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 la.
Right.
La.
Right. So that's good. It's a good show. And Gillian Anderson is awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I
sure
love
she
her.
is. I'm looking forward to getting to her segments because I've never seen anything that she didn't acquit herself very admirably in. So
yeah, and
I'm sure she's great.
You know, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. She's a much more attractive woman now than she was when she was younger.
Holy really? Because she was really pretty. She was the gal in the, back in the day in the X-Files that we were all watching going, it'd be nice if we looked like her,
Sure.
Guys thought she was pretty and girls wanted to be pretty like her. So
yeah, she has aged well.
Yeah, she has. Good for you, Jillian. We're happy for you.
And then I watched a little bit of the new season of Key and Peele. Yeah. So
yes.
that's fun.
As always, and I'm really sad that they're going away as well.
What?
You didn't know this?
No, I didn't know this.
Yeah, they are.
Why?
They said they just were going to pursue different projects.
Lame.
Both together and apart. So yeah, sad sigh. We're going to miss them.
Well, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry. I kind of brought the room down. My apologies.
Also, continuing to watch Humans, which I'm enjoying.
Okay.
And finished up *Halt and Catch Fire*, the most recent season.
Nice.
Loved it. It's probably my favorite season so far.
Okay.
Yeah. So really, really enjoyed that. Keeping Up with Killjoys, which I do think you would enjoy.
Probably. I've seen bits of it. Looks like something I'd like.
Yeah. And finished up. Well, not finished up. I'm continuing on with True Detective as well.
Yes.
Which people are having problems with. I'm not having the same problems with it. Yeah.
Because Brick seems to be enjoying it quite a lot too.
Yeah.
In fact, he was enjoying
the interwebs is not having a great time with it. But that's fine. The interwebs, they do what they do.
They do, yeah. It's their job.
Yeah, they did kind of a little bit of a character reset. There's a really crazy gunfight at the
Yeah.
end of episode 4, I
Yeah.
think. In episode 5, they do a time jump
Oh, okay. I haven't seen
and
that yet.
just kind of start dealing with the after effects of the shootout. So you've seen it?
I saw the shootout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Shootout really doesn't do it justice, I don't think.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
There's a
bullets
lot
flying
of,
around and not a whole lot of people standing at the end.
like, a lot of random and
basically
brutal.
most
It was
people, and
violence.
it was very
It was just
violent,
violent.
and basically everybody was that one guy in the red uniform in Star Trek in the scene. You know, everybody standing there was the guy in the red uniform in Star Trek. So a lot of people dropped at the end of that.
Yeah. I appreciated the fact that the soldier with PTSD issues was really the only one who like kindly calmly holstered his weapon at the end of that. The other two characters were like losing their minds.
Losing it, and that made sense. Kind of made sense though as a character. Just I need to go throw up. Not the PTSD guy. No, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I watched some other things. I watched the Insurgent, which is the sequel to Divergent.
Okay,
and that was all right. I thought it was going to be a trilogy, but it's not really anywhere you can go from the end of that one. She won, so
yep.
There you go. Oh, sorry to spoil that. She wins. Like the main character wins. There you go.
Yay! There you are.
It's like 90% of all movies. Came out on top.
You are win.
That's right. And then I guess we can do what you playing. We were talking about this, and it's just
because we're gonna say the same thing. We're playing ESO, playing Elder Scrolls Online, still enjoying the hell out of it.
I'm slowly starting to make progress. My highest level character is now level 16, and it's the only one I'm playing.
Okay.
I just don't have enough time to game.
Got it.
Played a little bit with Jordan today, and we played at the same time because he only has one character, and his character is about double my level, or at least 10 levels higher than mine. So
I have the
we
three
weren't playing
characters
together.
Oh, okay, so
we're just we're talking in guild chat.
There you go.
Over the headset.
That's nice.
So yeah,
that's what Will and Sam did last night.
Yeah,
we're really playing together. We're catching up.
Yeah, playing at the same time, having a conversation.
Yes.
So that's really nice. Yeah. I enjoy that. I always like whenever I see one of you guys on, I'm like, hi,
hello,
and I know that I'm just like popping up in the speakers in your living room. It's my little warning to let you know that
I can't
what
hear
you're saying in your house is
going
is
into
broadcast live.
Yeah.
Whether or not you actively did it, because your microphone is now back on,
which is a nice thing to do.
Yeah, it's a little reminder,
little reminder, a little courtesy.
Yeah, because that's one of the things about ESO is that even if you turn off the public channel, the area chat, it'll turn itself back on at points.
It can do that. So
if you change characters, or sometimes when you are loading from one area to the other, it will come back on, and you need to.
And you are then
be aware.
Broadcasting whether you wanted to or not.
Right. So, but that's it.
Right.
That was I think most of my last. I've been busy with work.
Yeah.
Went to Texas for a short bit.
Yes, you did.
That was weird.
As you said.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right.
I think that was about good.
Let's thank the good people and get you some tea or something.
Well, I've got a cough drop now, and it's helping.
Oh, good.
Quite a bit.
That's good.
Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for watching and listening and supporting the show. However you choose to support the show,
We appreciate it.
absolutely. What else? Oh, congratulations again to Danny over at Gamertag Radio. Nicely done.
Yes, very well done, sir.
Nicely done. And that's it.
Say goodnight, folks.
Good night, folks. Die.